You know what self-deceptive diet mentality is? It's when you're trying to eat healthy and you're doing pretty well, and then you're faced with a temptation. And you have a craving, or you see that cake at the party right there and you want it, but you're having this argument with yourself in your head about, I shouldn't have it. It's not part of my diet. It's not in my plan. And the other part of your brain is saying, "Oh, but it's going to be so good," right? And you rationalize with yourself, or your brain rationalizes that it'll be okay. Have a little bit. You can start over tomorrow. Or even worse, indulge yourself now. You'll say no next time. And the thing with that is that if you have a brain that is telling you right now, this is what you want right now. You really want that chocolate cake right now, even though it's not part of your diet, it's not in your plan, it's not congruent with your long-term health goals. Make an exception. You really want it right now. And the self-deceptive part of that is thinking that the next time that temptation comes across your path, is that you're going to have a different brain that's going to make a different decision next time. The thing is, it's not. If you have a brain that right now sees that temptation and wants to indulge in it, thinking, "Oh, the me of the future will make a better choice." Come on. That me of the future never comes along if you haven't done anything to actually reprogram your brain and rewire and change that brain that is convincing you that this little treat right now is fine. It doesn't matter. You'll make a better choice next time. Okay. The same brain that you have today that's convincing you to have that indulgence is the same brain that you're going to have tomorrow. And it'll convince you to have that indulgence again. Okay. And the only way to get around that coming up again and again and again, and you having that same argument with yourself in your head again and again and again, is to change your brain. Okay. If you want a different brain tomorrow that actually chooses to have the steamed vegetables instead of ordering takeout for dinner, then you need to work on changing your brain chemistry now, today. Now is the moment to make those changes so that the future you does have a different brain that is going to make healthier choices, that isn't going to get swayed by temptation every time it crosses your path, right? And that's the other piece of the diet mentality, is thinking I have to be strong. I have to white knuckle it. I have to use my willpower for this finite period of time to meet my weight goal or my health goal. And then I don't have to worry about it anymore, right? And again, that's very self-deceiving because, well, first of all, diets don't work long term. We're really good at losing weight. We're not good at keeping it off long term. And what happens is the yo-yo dieting thing, we use willpower for a while and then go back to our old habits, not having changed our brain, right? We go back to old habits because we're burnt out, or we've met our goal and we think we're done. And then we go back to it, and then the weight comes back, or the health problems come back. Whereas, if we really want to maintain a healthy body weight and, a healthy body by feeding it nourishing foods, right? And, I help people transition to a whole food plant-based diet for their health, but it's a lifestyle change. And how do we create a lifestyle change if we have a brain that is like the whining child in the candy aisle at the store that's constantly hounding us to make exceptions and to have treats and to consume things that are making our body sick? How are we going to maintain our health goals if we have that kind of a brain that's driving the bus long term? How are we going to do that? It's really hard. So we need to get away from the diet mentality and understand that long-term health goals are going to come with long-term behavior changes. And long-term behavior changes, we need for a lifestyle come from creating long-term changes in our brain so that tomorrow we have a brain that says, you know what, that chocolate cake isn't going to support your health goals. And you can't make exceptions every single time. It's going to keep making you sicker. So we need to make better choices. And we're going to make a good choice now, not tomorrow. We're going to say no to that chocolate cake now and truly nourish and support our body now and not wait for the future me, the future brain that will never change to make decisions that it's not going to want to make.